Good afternoon, sir.
भाई
Good
साहब
afternoon, sir.
Good
today I'm
afternoon, sir.
good afternoon कैसे हो I am facing lot of problem today. I am here with you with lot of problems, millions of problems. Actually two classes I like to share everything with you guys.
Good
Uttam please.
afternoon, sir.
good afternoon. अरे दो क्लासेस साथ में लाइव होनी थी और अमित सर की क्लास दूसरा जो बैच है उसमें अमित सर को कुछ अचानक तबीयत खराब हो गई. सो आई हैव टू मैनेज बोथ द थिंग्स. अगर वो क्लास शुरू नहीं हो पाती टाइम से तो दे विल अटेंड 440 हिस्ट्री क्लास. ओके एनीवेज इमीडिएटली ऐसे इसको क्या इसलिए कहते हैं कि भाई कोर्स डायरेक्टर वाला कभी बनना नहीं चाहिए. एनीवेज हाय गाइस, लेट अस स्टार्ट आवर सिलेबस. ओके, which was the last article I taught you?
So,
Which was
Article
the
21.
Article 21. Okay, so we are very much ahead of our syllabus. Okay, uh, see, and I wanted to tell you guys something. Our preparation. उत्तम भाई अपने माइक्रोफोन को जरा म्यूट करना.
Sorry, sir.
कोई नहीं. Our preparation is for 2021. When I take you all for admissions, no, we are preparing for 2021. Okay, even if you ask to me like how can you prepare for like 2020 exam which is on October 4th, it is really impossible for me to cover up the entire syllabus in this short duration. Okay, it is very impossible to like cover up the syllabus in short span of time. हो ही नहीं सकता, ठीक है, हो ही नहीं सकता. And if you start asking me for that kind of stuff, no, like yesterday one of the girl and today she was very upset because she was very depressed कि उसको लगा कि 3 months में syllabus cover हो जाएगा. How can I complete 18 odd subjects in 3 months? Okay, I understand like she has only 2 attempts left and this is her second last attempt which she is going to give on October 4th, and she hasn't done anything substantial and she has her next attempt. So I understand her feelings, but I'm vulnerable in that case because I can't complete the syllabus in like 3 months. 18 odd subject is not possible. Okay, so that is a scenario. Okay, so what we'll do is we have completed article 21. Okay, have we completed it? Okay, we need to do this, right? My voice is clearly audible. Okay, see, when we are dealing with article 21, okay, जब भी हम article 21 से related कोई भी, when we means like if I am suffering, like I have been hindered by a case which comes under article 21. Suppose Disha is a judge. Okay, she is a judge and she is dealing with a case of article 21. So what Disha needs to do is she needs to understand certain things. What Disha needs to do is she needs to understand certain things. Firstly, she should look into all the aspect. Is there a law regarding this article? Okay, नहीं समझ आया होगा? Very easy. I'll let you know how. See, suppose what I have said is Disha is a judge. Okay, now a case comes before her. This is very complicated thing, so understand properly. Okay, a case comes before her. So she is sitting on the chair, a case is coming before her, and the case is regarding article 21 of Indian Constitution. So Disha, what she will do, she has to take up certain steps before giving the verdict. इतना समझ में आ गया? When a case regarding article 21, anything related to article 21 comes before her, the judge has to follow certain methodology or certain things. Clear or not? Okay, then now what are those things when the judge needs to take care of? The first one is, उत्तम समझ में नहीं आया भैया, ध्यान से सुनना है, बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड चीज है. ओके, नहीं समझ में आया? उत्तम, ध्यान से सुनो, ध्यान से सुनो। आप एक जज हो, आप एक जज हो, आप आर्टिकल 21 से रिलेटेड कोई भी केस की सुनवाई कर रहे हो, आप आर्टिकल 21 से रिलेटेड कोई भी केस की सुनवाई कर रहे हो, तो आपको कुछ चीजें जानने की जरूरत है। आप पहले वो चीजों को देखोगे, फिर आप अपना डिसीजन दोगे। आप एक जज हो, आप अपने आप को एक जज मानो, यू कंसिडर योरसेल्फ एज अ जज, एंड अ केस ऑफ आर्टिकल 21 comes before you, a case of article 21 comes before you, you need to take certain aspects into consideration। आपको कुछ चीजों पे ध्यान देना है। उत्तम, इतना समझ में आ गया? ओके, नाउ what are those things which you need to take into consideration? सबसे पहला है प्रोसीजर एस्टैब्लिश्ड बाय लॉ, जिसको हम कहते हैं प्रोसीजर एस्टैब्लिश्ड बाय लॉ। अब व्हाट, पहले जज क्या देखेगा? अब यार आर्टिकल 21 में वी हैव स्टडीड सो मेनी थिंग्स, राइट टू डिग्निफाइड लाइफ, राइट टू शेल्टर, सो मेनी थिंग्स आर देयर। नाउ व्हाट द जज विल से, आर्टिकल 21 ऑल टुगेदर क्या कहता है अमन? ऑल टुगेदर क्या कहता है अमन? अमन माइक्रोफोन।
Sir, right to a dignified life and
राइट टू लाइफ, एक मिनट, ऑल टुगेदर तो मतलब तो कहीं से यही निकल के आता है ना, राइट टू लाइफ, यही निकल कर आता है, ये निकल कर आता है अमन।
yes, yes sir.
ठीक है, अब यार एक राइट टू लाइफ का जो पर्सपेक्टिव है, राइट टू लाइफ का जो पर्सपेक्टिव है, या उस वो जो चीज है वो आपके लिए कुछ हो सकता है शेयर। सपोज ऐसा हो, आप एक घर में रह रहे हो और आपको खाना नहीं दिया जा रहा, ये भी राइट टू लाइफ के अंडर आता है। यार मेरे को खाना खाने जीने के लिए खाना तो चाहिए, ठीक है, ओके, तो दैट इज ऑल्सो राइट टू लाइफ। क्लियर? अब और you are made to sleep on road, that is also right to life। so article 21 के अंडर बहुत सारी चीज आती है, इट इज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट आर्टिकल, और इसलिए मैंने इसको कलरलेस बोला था। ऊपर से देखो तो बिल्कुल इट इज प्लेन, इट इज pale, but when I get into this article, it takes you deeper and deeper and deeper, okay, so it's like an ocean। so the judge has to see many things। The number one is procedure established by law। If anything comes under right to life, right to life के अंदर जज के अंदर कोई भी चीज आई तो जज पहले, हमारे जज साहब what he has to see, procedure established by law। अब ये क्या होता है, what is procedure established by law? If there is a law related to this case, क्या इस केस से कोई भी लॉ रिलेटेड है? ओके, लॉ रिलेटेड है का मतलब ये होता है आईपीसी, इंडियन पीनल कोड, और सीआरपीसी के तहत इस केस से कोई लॉ है। अर्पित, व्हाट इज सीआरपीसी? व्हाट इज सीआरपीसी?
क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर कोड रहते हैं।
क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर कोड, आईपीसी इंडियन पीनल कोड। सो क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर कोड और इंडियन पीनल कोड के तहत कोई लॉ है जिसके तहत मैं कार्रवाई ले सकता हूं। इज देयर अ लॉ एग्जिस्टिंग एज पर क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर कोड और इंडियन पीनल कोड? पॉइंट नंबर 1 क्लियर? It is a very boring topic, but it is a very important topic. That's why I'm going slow. Clear? Okay.
Jithin, I'm really sorry. I just joined it in एक मिनट में, just within seconds can, if anything important can be just reiterate.
Yeah. You want me to report? You want me to repeat?
Reiterate, yes. Any important thing which is.
Yeah. See, Arpit, मतलब ये है कि if a case comes under Article 21 of Indian Constitution, okay, when the judge is hearing the case, when the judge is listening to the case, and before giving the verdict, he has to take certain things into consideration, okay। जजमेंट देने से पहले, बिकॉज इट्स अ ह्यूज थिंग, राइट टू लाइफ का बहुत सारे इंटरप्रिटेशंस हो सकते हैं, इट इज अ वेरी ह्यूज थिंग, तो जज हैज टू टेक वेरियस एस्पेक्ट्स इनटू कंसिडरेशन। क्लियर? द नंबर 1 इज procedure established by law। so before giving the judgment, the judge has to see, is there a law related to this case? Clear, Arpit?
Okay, clear.
Okay. Now the second step, yes, if there is a law related to this case, is the law made by a competent authority. अगर इस केस से एक लॉ रिलेटेड है तो क्या वो लॉ प्रॉपर कंपिटेंट अथॉरिटी ने बनाया है जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में एग्जिस्ट करता है? इफ देयर इज अ लॉ रिलेटेड टू दिस केस, इज द लॉ मेड बाय अ कंपिटेंट अथॉरिटी, मतलब आइदर लोकसभा, पार्लियामेंट मींस लोकसभा और राज्यसभा, ओके, एंड द प्रेसिडेंट इनसे, या स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर, स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर. अब अ क्वेश्चन माइट अराइज इन योर माइंड, और कौन बना सकता है? और कौन बना सकता है? इट कैन बी अ रिलीजियस लॉ, इट कैन बी अ रिलीजियस लॉ. अगर इफ यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ रिलीजियस लॉ ना इन टर्म्स ऑफ पॉलिटी, just go and look for Shah Banu case. It is a very interesting case, and before winding up the polity at end, now I will discuss certain very interesting cases also. Shah Banu case, okay, this thing, this case will tell you the controversy. This case will tell you a controversy. भारत के संविधान में कुछ लिखा है और रिलीजियस किताब में कुछ लिखा है. एक डाइवोर्स केस है, एक डाइवोर्स केस है, बट बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है. ठीक है, तो मुझे अक्सर ये केसेस पढ़ने की आदत है, तो आई रीड दिस केसेस, एंड इट इज अ डाइवोर्स केस वेयर अ पर्सन हैज divorced his wife. According to the Muslim religious law, it had a different opinion, and as per the constitution, it had a different opinion. So how the things came out? So that is written that, and Supreme Court has set a prime example in this case. Okay, so first thing in procedure established by law is there a law related to that particular case? The law should be made by a competent authority, that is parliament and legislature. And the third thing is correct procedure should have been followed to make the law. The correct procedure, the law should have been made by a correct procedure. Okay, 3 points clear? And the judge will decide whether the law is reasonable to be applied on that particular case. Judge decide करेंगे. Suppose now let us take the example of Sakshi. Sakshi के सामने एक केस आया. A case has come before Sakshi about right to life. Now right to life has a very large interpretation, and what Sakshi will do? Sakshi will see if there is a law related to that in Indian Penal Code and or Criminal Procedure Code. Then Sakshi will say yes, there is a law, and in Indian Constitution is also there is a provision. Then what Sakshi will say, that Sakshi will look as, is the law made by a competent authority? जो ये law है ये competent authority ने बनाया है या नहीं, Parliament of India या legislature ने बनाया है या नहीं? Then Sakshi will say yes, this law which was made is set up by a competent authority. Then the third thing is, क्या ये जो law बना है ये correct procedure से बना है? These things, पहली 3 चीजें, first 3 things anyone can decide, but the last thing is very important, whether the law is reasonable or applicable. Whether the law is reasonable or applicable at that particular case. This who will decide? Sakshi as judge, she will decide. Clear or not? If it is not clear, you guys can ask.
तो लॉ इनकरेक्ट प्रोसीजर से तो बन ही नहीं सकता है ना.
किस चीज से दोस्त?
इनकरेक्ट प्रोसीजर होगा तो लॉ तो बनेगा ही नहीं.
इनकरेक्ट प्रोसीजर से लॉ नहीं बन सकता. फिर वही बात मैं आपको रिपीट करूंगा, अगर कोई रिलीजियस, कभी हमारे सोसाइटी में ये होता है ना कि रिलीजियस डोमिनेंस कुछ ग्रुप्स होते हैं जो अपने लिए अलग कानून बना देते हैं, ठीक है, सो दैट इज नॉट करेक्ट एज पर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. ओके, सो इट इज रिटन इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की ड्यू प्रोसेस ऑफ लॉ में आपको ये सारी चीजें देखनी होगी. अगर लॉ है, ठीक है, लॉ करेक्टली बना है, प्रॉपर प्रोसीजर फॉलो किया है, सो ये चीजें इसलिए लिखी जाती है टू मिनिमाइज द चांस ऑफ एरर. क्लियर? अमन, इनकरेक्ट प्रोसीजर से कोई लॉ नहीं बन सकता, बट ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है कि कोई पॉलिटिकल, आई एम टेलिंग अ हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन, एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के राज्यसभा और लोकसभा में डोमिनेंस है, ठीक है, मतलब ज्यादा सीट्स हैं, उन्होंने सारे एक ऐसा किया, एक लॉ पास करवा लिया यूजिंग देयर पावर, एंड द लॉ इज करेक्ट incorrect and it is not applicable. So various provisions are given in the constitution to minimize the chances of error in order to cope up with the verdict. Clear, Aman?
Okay, sir.
Okay, up.
Yes.
Okay.
Jithin,
हाँ,
This is just a point. जैसे एक there's a law. अभी like in Indian Penal Code, CRPC, there are plenty of laws there. Now, whenever a decision is to be given or whenever judge uh, he gives any decision, he never checks ki whether the law is credible or not. Any law mentioned in the CRPC
whether the law
is valid, it's credible or not. Is it being made by the competent authority? Is it correct or not? No one checks it. Like for the matter, if judge is giving his decision, then he will just give the decision according to the laws mentioned in the IPC or in the CRPC. He will generally never check whether it has been made by the competent. Because if law is made, it is but obvious, it is by default that the law has been made by the competent authority. If it is mentioned in the Constitution of India, it is made by the correct procedure. It is reasonable. So these are all things which are inherent to a particular law, which is already written in the Constitution of India.
Okay.
Is it necessary to check all these things before giving a judgment?
I'll tell you. Before that, Arpit, just a moment. Sakshi, what was your question? अगर common question है तो I'll answer it together. Sakshi, please. हाँ.
सर जैसे कि इंडियन आईपीसी और सीआरपीसी में सर वो राइट टू इक्वालिटी से रिलेटेड भी तो कोई लॉ होगा, तो जैसे राइट टू इक्वालिटी का हम जजमेंट देंगे तो हम आईपीसी सीआरपीसी नहीं देखेंगे, सिर्फ हम जब भी आर्टिकल 21 कंसीडर करेंगे तो ही हम आईपीसी सीआरपीसी देखेंगे.
अब एक बात सुनो, तीन चीजें होता है, एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, एक आईपीसी, एक सीआरपीसी. ठीक है. अब एक बात ध्यान से सुनना. The first statement which I told you was Article 21. Article 21 has large interpretations. Okay. Suppose Aman नहीं, इस केस में अमन फिट नहीं होगा. सौम्या रंजन is here. Okay. Suppose Navya is traveling from home to her workplace. Listen and don't take the example on your heart. It is just to make you understand. And somebody is following Navya daily. Okay, somebody is following Navya daily. Navya launches an FIR, files a petition, okay, that somebody is threat to her life. Okay, somebody is a threat to her life, and she has been mentally harassed. Okay, now what exactly the judge will have to look, and the case has been registered and the person has been arrested. Judge has to do, firstly, when the case is here, the judge has to look that is the case coming under Article 21 exactly? Is the person who is the culprit, is he really a threat to Navya's life? Yes, if it is a threat to Navya's life, it is definitely part of Article 21. Okay, then what the judge will do? The judge will try to find out, is there a law related to this case? Okay, is there a law? Okay, and is the law made by a competent authority? Yes, the law is made by a competent authority. Okay, is the law made by a correct procedure? Yes, the law is made by a correct procedure. Listen to me carefully. I'm not completing the statement. I'm relating it with something else also. Okay, just wait. Then what the judge will finally do? He will just try to recapitulate that. Is the law reasonable or not कि मैं इसको यहाँ fix कर दूँ और judgment दे दूँ? Yes, if all the things are coming, perfect, go for it. Okay, he will deliver the judgment. Navya, you are right, the culprit is wrong, so he will be punished. Imagine a situation. Recently, an incident took place in Kerala where an elephant was killed. You guys remember that case?
Yes, sir.
You guys remember that case? An elephant was killed. Now, killing the elephant was also hampering the right to life of that creature. Okay, it was also a case under right to life. If the case comes before the judge, what the judge will look into? भाई CRPC और IPC में तो लिखा नहीं होगा कि elephant के बारे में. He will look into Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. That is why I said it is important to find out whether the case is under Article 21 and उसके ऊपर एक law persist करता है, बेशक CRPC, IPC. अब the major thing which Arpit asked कि Article 21 में ये देखने की क्यों जरूरत है? भैया, you have to see that Wildlife Protection Act जो establish करा था, was it established by a correct procedure? Because Wildlife Protection Act was a big act. क्या वो correct procedure से establish हुआ था? Yes. If yes, then only judge gives it's a judgment. But in other articles, no, the interpretation, the judge need not to interpret these things in a very abrupt manner, because if a case comes under right to equality, this person has violated the right to equality in office, in a public employment place, I can directly give the judgment. But when it comes under Article 21, it is very difficult to give the judgment. समझ में आया? अर्पित, अमन कहाँ चले गया? अमन की मेरे को बहुत जरूरत है. अमन मुझे बहुत जगह ध्यान से सुनता है. अर्पित समझ में आया?
It's clear. I got a point. See, Jithin, it's okay कि Article 21 में ये points हैं, these are the things. But only one thing I am just saying is, जैसे IPC हो गया, CRPC हो गया, they are a part of Constitution of India only. They are written under the Constitution of India. Okay, now whenever a judge is making any sort of decision, he is booking any person for any offence as deemed suitable to that particular person, depending upon the gravity of the offence he has done. So judge never checks any procedure whether the law under which he is booking that particular criminal or a culprit is correct or not. It's made by a competent authority or not. These are inherited whenever a law is framed and settled into the court.
Arpit, when it comes to Article 21, if Article 21 के under आता है तो ना, the judge needs to check. That's what I'm saying. In other cases, it's not necessary to check because I can deliver the judgment directly. But when it comes to Article 21, Arpit, the judge has to check because this article has huge interpretations. और कोई भी उस पे लॉ बना सकता है, मतलब कोई भी, किसी का भी हो सकता है, एक रिलीजियस लॉ हो सकता है एक स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का पर्टिकुलर लॉ हो. तो जज हैज टू सी दैट द पर्टिकुलर लॉ इज मेड बाय अ करेक्ट प्रोसीजर. That is why when it comes to Article 21, और ये Article 21 में ही लिखा है, this thing is not written anywhere else. It is written in Article 21. When you are taking a case of Article 21, you should need to understand the following aspect, take the following aspect into consideration. और ये मुझे भी अच्छे से पता है कि no law can be established in an incorrect manner, but these things are written in Article 21. When you are taking a case of Article 21, it should follow procedure established by law, principle of natural justice, and one more thing is due process of law. And the due process of law is this one: whether the law is reasonable or not. I'll reduce the size of margin. Whether your due process of law, and I'll make you write the entire thing, whether the law is reasonable or not, this is called as due process of law. Arpit, पूछो.
Okay,
I am open for a discussion. No issue. I'm open for a discussion because this article looks very pale, but this article can be used at multiple places. So this thing is written in Article 21 itself. Now, Arpit, proceed. I'll answer your question.
Okay, one thing more. Jithin, like this Article 21, where it's given right to life and personal liberty, there are plenty of inferred rights also, which you had tell. There are many rights which are not mentioned. Every right which is written or inferred right which is written in Article 21, is it a fundamental right? It forms a part of fundamental right.
Yeah. Anything coming under right to life is part of fundamental right, because Article 21 is definitely part of fundamental right.
Okay. So inferred right which are written or not, like for example, right to live. It is a given. It's written, but right to die is not an. It's an inferred right. So it is also a fundamental right.
Yeah, it is also. Right to die is not a fundamental right. Right to die with dignity is a fundamental right. Yes, that is a fundamental right because it comes under this article. No.
Okay, so every bird right is also fundamental right.
Yeah,
Under Article 21.
हाँ, अगर आर्टिकल 21 अगर आप 14 को भी लो, इफ यू आर टेकिंग आर्टिकल 14 ऑल्सो, 14 से हमें कोई इंटरप्रिटेशन मिलता है या इन्फर्ड मिलता है, दैट इज ऑल्सो फंडामेंटल राइट. आई लाइक टू कोट यू एन एग्जांपल, वन एग्जांपल मोर. There was an instance which happened few years back in Kerala, 2018 or something. A flood happened in Kerala. Okay, and one person, what he was trying to do, it was a government institution, and the person, the authority, the contempt authority was not opening. मतलब ऐसा हो रहा था कि what they were trying to do, the government institution, they wanted to turn into a go down. They wanted to turn into a go down where they can store all the necessary things, and they can like allow few people to sleep there because the entire state was flooded out. Okay, what the person denied. Okay, the person denied because the institution was under him and he denied. What's the Kerala High Court did? The Kerala High Court took suo moto cases by taking the case themselves. Okay, they took the case themselves and asked the person firstly to open the building because it was a right to violation. Okay, and the state was under critical disaster. Okay, and Disaster Management Act says that if a state or if a city is under critical disaster, the particular office or any institution can be opened for public uses. Okay, so they took the case under Article 21. Then they went into the Disaster Management Act, like the state was facing a natural calamity, and then they took action against that person according to the Disaster Management Act. So while interpreting or while listening to a judge, a case under Article 21, the judge can have a huge pool of laws to see from. Okay, Arpit, Aman, पूछ लो भाई. अमन कहाँ चले गया? शारदा, सौम्या, सूर्या, उत्तम, चुम्पी, आर्या. Clear? Okay. Now I'll make you write this. So write down. First you write down. When a case comes before a judge, under Article 21 of Indian Constitution, when a case comes before a judge under Article 21 of Indian Constitution, the judge has to take certain matter into consideration. Number one is procedure established by law. Procedure established by law. Write down. That is if there is a law related to this case or not. Number two, whether the law has been enacted by a competent authority, that is Parliament of India, that is Parliament of India and state legislature. Parliament of India and state legislature. Point number 2 or point number 3. The judge also need to check. The judge also need to check whether the law was made by a correct procedure or not. Whether the law was made by a correct procedure or not. इतना clear हो गया? तो I'll go for the last point, that is due process of law. Is this clear? Okay, write down.
Sir,
हाँ मंजू.
sir, said the first line, when a case comes before a judge
Under Article 21.
under Article 2. Okay.
Okay. अरे एक बात बताओ, मंजू का नाम यहाँ दिख क्यों नहीं रहा है? Manju, you logged in just now.
No, sir, on time. I have joined on time.
But your name is not visible here, and I am looking for your name, but your name is not visible here. Okay, anyways, now I know. Now I know you are in the class. No issue. Okay. Now, write down the second point: due process of law. Due process of law. यार एक बात और याद रखना, when I am mentioning, now I'll start mentioning a cases also, कि इस केस के अनुसार, according to this case, okay, the case is not important for your exam. The case is not important कि उस केस में क्या हुआ. Okay, why I mention case, I'll tell you. Okay, why I mention case, that case, इससे फायदा क्या होता है, I'll tell you. One of the IAS officer who was my senior, okay, he taught me, like he told me the basics, how to crack UPSC and all. Before I went to give exam, he told me, Jithin, तू जब मेंस का आंसर लिखेगा, when you are writing mains answer, quote the cases as per Menaka Gandhi case. In this year, I am writing this answer. Okay, you can quote the case as your like reference. Okay, so what he told me, that you don't have to elaborate the entire case. So whenever I used to write the mains answer, no, so what I used to do, as per Shah Banu case. Shah Banu case. Okay, Shah Banu case. As per this case, I am writing this answer. So now, when the examiner, yeah, this guy knows about the cases also. So it gives a very, very very nice aspect of presentation. So I'll quote certain cases also. I hope you guys don't mind. है ना, मैं कर सकता हूँ ना, है ना, ज्यादा हो गया तो बता देना. Okay, now write down due process of law. Due process of law. The Supreme Court in Menaka Gandhi case 1978, the Supreme Court in Menaka Gandhi case 1978 held that while listening to any case under Article 21, while listening to any case under Article 21, the court has to follow the due process of law. The court has to follow the due process of law. Due process of law states that while taking into consideration all the aspects of procedure established by law, all the aspect or procedure of established by law, it also needs to take into consideration, consideration whether the law is reasonably applicable or not. Whether the law is reasonably applicable or not. Whether the law is reasonably applicable or not. I'll explain it further. Okay. I am a judge. I am listening to a case under Article 21. I have picked up a law. And I have stated that, yeah, there exists a law. इस case से relevant एक law है. When I am applying that law, I also needs to take into consideration कि भाई ये law यहाँ fix होता है. It should not be like I am taking a random law of right to life and I am fixing it here. I should also study or also consider the aspect that that law is reasonably applicable on my case. Clear or not? Clear or not? Okay, this is due process of law. Okay, now what we are going to do is principle of natural justice. Okay, principle of natural justice. It is very simple. Disha is typing something. Disha, jaldi, or use microphone. Due process of law is taken from, I think, I guess from the United States Constitution. I'm not sure about it. Why? I'll tell you now why. Like, क्यों क्या हुआ दिशा?
So actually,
You know the answer?
No, sir. Actually, I was going through some paper, so I got this question, so I asked you.
From which constitution?
You are now unmuted.
I also don't know, but I know about America or UK, I think.
एक minute. Due process of law. Due process of law is taken from the Constitution of United Kingdom. Somebody Google it. I might be right. It's taken from the Constitution of United Kingdom only. A very good question. I was not. Yeah, it's taken from Constitution of United Kingdom. एक बार check कर लो. And basically, what I think is like the history of due process of law has come from England. Okay, history, जो history है वो England से आया और and it is there in also the United States Constitution. एक बार check कर लो. Harsh is saying England.
You are now unmuted.
Yes, sir, it is of UK. It is
UK.
saying that it is, yes, it is included in the Magna Carta of 1354.
I guess clause 39 of Magna Carta.
You are now
So
unmuted.
actually, it is written here that it first appeared in the statutory rendition of the Magna Carta in 1354 during the reign of Edward III of England.
Then it was taken like Magna Carta की constitution की बात करें, it was I guess clause 39 of Magna Carta in UK's constitution and वहां से वो it was taken into US constitution, but we'll write it as UK. Okay.
You are
Yes,
now
sir.
unmuted.
ठीक है दिशा. Okay, good question, Disha. Even it skipped out of my mind. It is a very good question. Okay. इसलिए तो I am saying practice question paper देखा benefit हुआ ना, मुझे भी कुछ सीखने को मिला. मुझे भी एक सेकेंड लगा वो चीज रिकॉल करने में, भाई कहां से लिया गया. Okay. Principle of natural justice says that सबसे पहले no one can be judge of his or her own case. That means that if Pooja and Sakshi had a fight and Sakshi punched Pooja and Pooja cannot punch back Sakshi. Okay, punch back Sakshi, that says that she did to me and so I am doing it to her. Okay, Pooja and Sakshi had a fight and Sakshi punched Pooja and Pooja cannot punch her back and say that she did to me so I am doing it. You are not allowed to do that. There is a judiciary here in India, so you need to approach the judiciary for it. Okay, so no one can be judge of his or her own case. समझ में आ गया? ये तो सबको आ गया होगा. Okay, no one can be punished unheard. Even the person who is, even the person who has done a heinous crime, even the person who has done heinous crime, इतना ज़्यादा बड़ा crime किया है, he will also be listened by the judiciary in India. He will also be given a right to speak. Okay, he will also be given a right to speak. That no person can be punished unheard. Without किसी के सुनवाई के, no person can be punished. Clear? For example, you know about Kazab, Ajmal Kazab, a very famous person, a terrorist. Okay, even he was captured by the CCTV of Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminal. The entire world knew that he is a terrorist who attacked the people of India. Okay, the Mumbai incident. But what they stated is even the Kassab was provided with an advocate, so he can keep his opinion. So no one can be punished unheard of, and no authority shall act in a biased manner. I cannot say that I know Sakshi, Aman, Arpit, these people personally, so I will be biased to them and I will be biased. All should be treated equally. Okay, clear? No one can be punished in a biased manner. So this is principle of natural justice. Write down, please. This you understood, na? This you understood, na? Okay, write down. There are three principles of natural justice. There are three principles of natural justice. Point number one, no one can be judge of his or her own case. No one can be judge of his or her own case. No one can be judge of his or her own case. Number two is no one can be punished unheard. No one can be punished unheard. No one can be punished unheard. In bracket, write down every individual should be given with a chance. Every individual should be given with a chance to speak his side, or his version. Last point, any authority.
You are now unmuted.
So please can you repeat the second statement again?
मैं भूल गया. Every individual must be given a chance. Every individual must be given a chance to present his version on the case. To present his version on the particular case. Okay. Now write down. Disha, when you are unmuting yourself, na, my voice is echoing. हमारी दोस्ती बनेगी नहीं कभी. Write down. No authority shall act in a biased manner. No authority shall act in a biased manner. That is when you are listening to a case, the verdict should always be in a very unbiased manner. The verdict should always be in a very unbiased manner. Today I have 1.5 hours, right? आज मजा आएगा. Written? Now, देखो, we are not supposed to leave anything. Okay, we are not supposed to leave in anything. So there is an article, that is Article 21A. Article 21, subclause A. That is right to education. What is it? Right to education. Okay, there is an Article 21A, that is right to education. Okay, now this article was added Okay, this article was added to Indian Constitution. Okay, this article was added to Indian Constitution. This article was added to Indian Constitution by which amendment? Right to education was added to Indian Constitution by which amendment?
The 86
now
in
unmuted.
2002.
It was added to Indian Constitution by 86th Amendment 2002. Okay, this is a very important question, and this will come in your exam. Trust me. Now, as per this article, it provides for free and compulsory education. Free and compulsory education. Free and compulsory education for children between 6 to 14 years of age. 6 से 14 साल के बीच के बच्चों को it provides free and compulsory education. So right to education is an article which was added. It was a subclause article, that is 21 subclause A was added in Indian Constitution by 86th Amendment. 86th Amendment. Okay, 86th Amendment, and which gives free and compulsory education to children, and it was added to Indian Constitution in year 2002. Got it? Got it? Any doubt? अमन को समझ नहीं आया? अमन क्या नहीं समझ आया? अच्छा, no doubt. Okay, write down Article 21A. Article 21A. Right to education. It was added to Indian Constitution. It was added to Indian Constitution by 86th Amendment Act. By 86th Amendment Act in 2002. It was added to Indian Constitution by 86th Amendment Act 2002. It provided for free and compulsory education. It provided for free and compulsory education for children between 6 to 14 years of age. Children between 6 to 14 years of age. Now, there is a question which was asked in the exam few years back. See, the question was something related that government is talking about free and compulsory education. So can anyone go and enroll themselves into a private institution for free? No, no one can enroll themselves for private institution. The government in this article is providing education through government schools. Okay, so for 6 to 14 years of age, it is to enhance the learning habit or to develop a habit of learning in the society. This article is put into Indian Constitution. Clear? Okay. अब हम पढ़ेंगे which article? Article 22. Very good article. See, अब किसको दूं? हाँ, मेरा हथौड़ा त्यागी का है अमन. आजा बेटा. अमन को पुलिस पकड़ के ले गई. ठीक है, अमन has been arrested. Article 22 में. ठीक है. Even when he is arrested, ठीक है, even when he is arrested, he has certain rights. Even when he is arrested, he has certain rights. Okay, that is protection in case of detention. That is protection in case of detention. When a person is arrested, then the person also has certain right. Okay, that is protection in case of detention. समझ में आया? This much you understood? When Aman is arrested, okay, he still has certain rights. I know he can be a born criminal, but he also has certain rights. Is this much clear to you? Okay. देखा अमन कितना खुश हो जाता है. Why you guys are silent today? Why you guys are silent today? I should be silent. अर्पित क्या हो गया भाई?
The Article 20 was also about the accused persons.
हाँ, that is law. ये कुछ और है. अभी you will understand. I'll understand the difference.
Okay.
Yesterday was the worst Sunday I have seen in my life. after your explosive meeting, and like the person was very upset, and she called me and she said, sir, I need to clear the paper. I understood her, I consoled her, and one of my colleagues relative got passed away, and then I sent the colleague to that particular place, like जहाँ पे भी उनका घर है, और रास्ते में जब ये जा रहा था इसका एक्सीडेंट हो गया. So it was all together. You know the person, Ankit sir, suffered from, जो आपको टेस्ट वाला देते हैं ना टेस्ट के लिए, he suffered with an accident. So yesterday was very like, and today Amit, before the class, Amit was unwell. I was like, what is happening? Okay. Now we will do पूजा करवा लो भाई, यही कुछ करवाना पड़ेगा, मेरे ग्रह खराब चल रहे हैं. Article 22 of Indian Constitution, protection in case of arrest or detention. Okay. सही कह रहा है हर्ष. ठीक है, सबसे पहले आप सारे एग्जाम्पल अमन पे ही लेंगे भाई, मंजू या नव्या पे नहीं ले सकते, क्योंकि फिर ये उनको बुरा लग गया तो दिक्कत होगी. तो अमन थोड़ा त्यागी है, बुआना पे भी नहीं लूंगा, चुम्पी, दिस ऑल आर गुड पीपल, नो, अर्पित भी अच्छा है, ठीक है, बट जो एग्जाम्पल जाएगा वो इस पे जाएगा. ओके, अब अमन को अरेस्ट करते हैं. इफ यू आर अरेस्टिंग अमन, ही नीड्स टू बी इन्फॉर्म्ड ऑन व्हाट ग्राउंड ही इज अरेस्टेड. भाई तूने किसको मारा है, ऑन whom you have hit. So I need to inform on what grounds you are arrested. Okay, the first thing, this article I will make you write lot of stuffs, but before like going through the details, you need to know the outline. Okay, and now I will tell Aman on what grounds you are arresting, on what grounds, that is called as arrest warrant. Arpit, tell me more about arrest warrant. ये बाबी बताएगा. Arpit, what is arrest warrant?
Arrest warrant is to take the person into the custody, either when he has committed any sort of crime, then you can take, or you can take in order to prevent a person from committing a crime.
And
so
a person is given a notice, like a paper is given, yeah, on this ground you have an arrest warrant and this is issued by judiciary, particular judiciary ने arrest किया, issue किया है, और इस ground पे मैं आपको अंदर ले रहा हूँ. ठीक है, this is it. Okay, अर्पित क्या? Okay, arrest warrant is something in which you inform the person on what grounds you are detained. Okay, a person has to be informed on what ground, on which ground he is arrested. Okay, now point number 2. Now, once the Aman is arrested, he has the right to defend himself. He has the right to defend himself. Okay, he can either defend himself by himself only, like he can present himself on the court and say that I don't have money, there is no advocate who is appearing for me, and I am capable enough to present my case before the honorable judge. So Aman has a right to defend himself in front of the court. And point number 2 is he can take the help of an advocate to defend himself. So there are 2 points. A person should be allowed to defend himself. वो अपना पक्ष रख सकता है. He has the right to keep his opinion or his version. Or the point number 2 is he has the entire right to keep his opinion. The point number 2 is, like, even he has the right, he can take the help of an advocate. Clear or not? Clear or not? Okay, now once the person is arrested, अगर कोई भी व्यक्ति को arrest करते हैं तो he or she needs to be presented before the nearby magistrate. Okay, let me correct. Okay, once the person is arrested, he or she needs to be produced or like taken to the nearby magistrate within 24 hours of arrest. Within 24 hours, the person needs to be taken to the magistrate. Okay, now this time excludes the traveling time. This time excludes the traveling time. So 24 hours, the police, देखो, I'll explain it more in a colloquial way. I'll explain it. Okay, suppose now I'll take Noram into the custody. Noram, I have arrested you, brother. I have taken you into the custody. Now, what I need to do is I have 24 hours to question you and find out. I have 24 hours to like find out are you the real culprit or not. If I feel I need more time, I need within this 25 hours I need to gather all the evidence. Within this 24 hours I need to gather minimum evidence so that I can convince the magistrate that I need a Noram Frankie Singh under my judicial custody or judicial remand for 14 days or 7 days. ठीक है, आप लोगों ने सुना होगा if some person is arrested, कोई भी किसी भी व्यक्ति को अरेस्ट किया जाता है तो उसको लेकर जाया जाता है and 24 hours the police is given to question him and फिर they write a report that we have got this much of evidence, ये पता चला, we have found out this much. Then the person is presented in the magistrate's office and the magistrate gives if I give you more time, you can clear off this case. Yeah, I think the person have done some crime, please take him into the judicial custody. So that judicial remand or judicial custody can be of 7 days or 14 days. Now, have you understood this much? If you have understood this much, I'll put some like salt and pepper into it and explain further. Okay. Now, 24 hours is not enough to find out. 24 hours is not. If I am an IPS officer, if I am a capable IPS officer, it is not like this 24 hours is very less to file that report. So what exactly the police does is the traveling time is excluded. And suppose if I am an officer and I need to clear off the case, I'm an honest officer, if I need to clear off the case, okay, so if I have arrested Noram at 10 a.m. okay, if I have arrested Noram at 10 a.m. okay, 10 baje I have arrested, okay, clear. If I have arrested Noram at 10 a.m. now what I will do is, at suppose 10:30 he reached police station, okay, I will increase this time. I will write in the report it took like 1 hour to take him due to hectic traffic, so I'll get an additional half an hour. But what I will do, I will register his case. At 4 p.m. I'll register his case at 4 p.m. So from the time of registering, it is 24 hours. From the time of registering, it is 24 hours. It is not that you have been brought into police station and I am just registering. I am very honest. I am not that much honest that you are on the gate of police station and I am typing your FIR. No. From the time of registering the case, it is 24 hours. So I'll get a cushion of 6 to 7 hours. Okay. So this is what exactly the police officers do so that they get that extra cushion. Okay. And और भी है, और बताऊं? You want to know more how? No one notices us. It's like he was brought and the competent authority was busy in dealing with other cases. Actually, now the FIR system is computerized, and once FIR is registered on a computer system, na koi bhi ho, even it's some minister, nothing can be done. Aur batao? Okay. Now, what other thing we can do is 24 hours ho gaya na. If suppose Aman, it is usually remanded for 7 days, 14 days, 28 hours. It's written like the judge has prerogative to remand. The judicial magistrate has prerogative. ऐसा कोई specific नहीं है. It is 7 days, 14 days, 28 days, 5 days, 3 days. Okay. Okay. Now, suppose if I have to arrest a VIP or a culprit who is like very, very eminent person and I need lot of time to question himself or cross-examine himself, what I will do? क्या करेंगे अर्पित? यार, be a cunning officer. अर्पित क्या करेंगे अगर मुझे एक VIP को अरेस्ट करना है?
VIP को अगर अरेस्ट, सेम प्रोसीजर है, प्रोसीजर इज द सेम प्रोसीजर.
अरे मुझे क्वेश्चन ज्यादा चाहिए, टाइम ज्यादा चाहिए उसका क्वेश्चंस पूछने के लिए.
उसको गाड़ी में घुमाते रहेंगे,
वो तो करेंगे. उसके अलावा किसी नेशनल हॉलीडे से पहले अरेस्ट कर लो.
ओके.
समझ में आया? किसी नेशनल हॉलीडे से पहले अरेस्ट कर लो, then if you are arresting on a national holiday से पहले, national holiday में the office of judicial magistrate will be closed and he has to present the concerned police officer has to present the culprit on next working day, or it is under the prerogative of the officer, it is under the prerogative of the officers, he can decide whether the person should be produced at home of judicial magistrate. ये भी एक provision है. The person, the culprit, if I am arresting Aman, I can present him at the home of magistrate asking him for remand of 40 days, but it is under my prerogative, मेरी मर्जी है. ठीक है? Clear? देखा, बहुत सारे फालतू फालतू चीजें you can learn from me. Okay, write down article 21, article 22 of Indian Constitution. Article 22 of Indian Constitution gives protection in case of detention. Gives protection in case of detention. Right? A person has to be told, or informed on what grounds he or she is arrested. Bracket, right? The reason for his or her arrest. Point number 2. The person should be given right. To defend himself or herself. The person is should be given a right to defend himself or herself by his or her own. Okay, or with the help of an advocate. Okay. The person who is arrested shall be produced before nearest magistrate. Within 24 hours of arrest. This excludes the traveling time. Okay. Write down one more point. If the magistrate has ordered for a judicial detention, the person cannot be kept in custody. In the custody more than that duration. Suppose मैंने उत्तम को arrest किया, अगर magistrate has said कि keep Uttam in custody for 7 days, I cannot keep him for 10 days. I have to take him back to the court. So these things need to be taken care of. Now we will discuss one more thing. That is what I have to discuss. Where the exceptions come. Noram is saying what Noram is saying. Sakshi is saying you have a question, you can ask. पता है what you will guys will be asking you will be asking कि अगर ज्यादा दिन रखना हो तो क्या करेंगे? If you have to keep more for more days, what do you have to do? Is this what you are asking? Sakshi, switch on your microphone. Sir, is there no educational qualification to be an advocate? Sir, is there no any educational
Sir,
qualification? हाँ.
sir, there is no educational qualification for being an advocate. मतलब if I have to protect myself and I don't want to hire any advocate, so I don't know about much about judiciary. So how will I protect myself?
See. Every constitution. See, why a person does for educate or law is a profession जहाँ पे आपको articles वगैरह के बारे में सिखाया जाता है. There you have been taught about the articles and all. But see, to defend yourself, okay, you can be a lawyer of your own case. Like if you don't have money, okay, you have to file an application in the court that I will defend myself in my case because I believe I can present myself in a more apt manner. For that, you don't need to have a law degree.
Okay,
But
sir.
okay, you don't need to have a law degree. Okay, sir, can police take anybody by force without warrant? So mostly the warrant is needed, but there are circumstances if a crime is happening on the crime scene, it is not possible to get the warrant immediately, so police can take by force. Okay, no one will willingly go to the police station and say arrest me. Obviously some force has to be applied. Navia is typing something. In meanwhile, Navia, you are not typing. In meanwhile, the above mentioned rights are not available to whom? Tell. Batao yaar, no one is telling. The above mentioned alien enemies. The above mentioned rights are not available to alien enemies. Aman has written. Okay, the amount above mentioned right is not available to alien enemies like terrorists and all. For this, it is nowhere written they need to be produced before judicial magistrate within 24 hours, and those who are arrested under preventive detention. Abhi I'll come to preventive detention and punitive detention. Before that, Navya has asked a question. If a person is illiterate and cannot afford an advocate, then what he can do? Okay, very good question. If a person is illiterate and he cannot afford an advocate, he has to file an application in the court asking for public prosecutor, that is an advocate from government side. He or she can be asked for a public prosecutor, and the public prosecutor can appear for that person, and that government gives at free of cost. Clear? That is called as public prosecutor. Okay. Now, alien enemies. Arey bhaiya, I am writing aliens ni alien enemies. Alien enemies are those people who are threat to our country, like terrorists. Aapne likha to tha, I said na, you are right. Who are threat to our countries, who is threat to our country's sovereignty. For them, these things are not applicable. ठीक है, उसको जरूरत नहीं है. Somebody is planting a bomb. So will I go to the judicial magistrate asking for an arrest warrant? No, I'll immediately take that person into the custody and take necessary action and produce directly before the court, rather than waiting for this 24 hours, because I need to gather maximum information from him or her during that short span of time. Okay. Number 2, a spy. Yeah, right. Okay. Number 2, in case of preventive detention. By what is preventive detention? Wait, no one will answer. Chumpi, what is preventive detention? What is preventive detention? Fast. What is preventive? Chumpi, switch on your microphone.
No idea, sir.
Chumpi, get an idea. Buana, what is preventive detention? अमन मत लिख यार, मुझे पता तुझे पता है. बुआना, what is preventive detention? बुआना कहाँ गई बुआना? Okay, Buana is not able to unmute herself, I guess. Uttam is there, Soumya is there, Satyam is there. Surya, what is preventive detention?
I'm audible, sir.
Yeah, very much.
Sir, if a person has committed some crime which is very huge, so that he should be imprisoned immediately.
No issue. Wrong. Bhuwana, what is? Yes, Navya has answered it correctly. Wait, Navya. Lakshmi, what is preventive detention and what is punitive detention? Explain. Then I'll go to Manju. Now I am able to see Manju.
Sir, imprisonment of any person, to restrict him to commit any further crimes. In preventive detention.
Further crimes. Manju. Manju, what is preventive detention?
So preventive detention may be stopping somebody if somebody is doing murders and उसको series of murders में अगर उसको लगता है कि वो कर रहा है तो उसको रोकने कि वो आगे ना करे.
नहीं, मंजू थोड़ा और आप ज्यादा चले गए आगे.
Sir, I think in case some political leader or some leader is coming to a particular function, that local those who have been arrested should be under detention. I'm saying like if a person committed some crime and he completed his punishment.
No. Preventive detention is something where a person is expected to commit a crime. जरूरी नहीं है कि वो serial murder का हिस्सा हो. No, the person is expected to commit a crime and to maintain a public order. The Aman has written it and Sakshi has written it. Please just go through that chat box. The person is expected to commit a crime and the competent authority comes to know about this in order to report. Okay, in this advisory board there will be lawyers and eminent judges. So once I have that advisory board, they recommend कि हाँ दिशा is okay. हर्ष ने 2 मर्डर किया है तो मैं okay. Write down. एक और चीज बता, एक चीज और समझना. एक तो हो सकता है एग्जाम्पल को ध्यान से समझना. हर्ष has killed Norem. Harsh has killed Norem. Norem died. I am arresting Harsh has killed Norem. Harsh has killed Norem, but no one knows about it. It is a top secret that Harsh has killed Norem. An investigation is going. The second one is, please write down, are not available to, the above mentioned rights are not available to alien enemies arrested after the crime, in which I promised you guys that like 70 to 85% of question will come from that portion. That is one. And the third form is I will give you an explanatory current affairs also. If you want to go through that as well, you can go. Okay, but what I will suggest you see, yesterday a question arise between me. I want the current affairs in a very deep manner. Okay, a question arise with me and I was confused. I know what you require. Okay, I said okay, I'll provide the current affairs, but I'll suggest you कि भाई I am liable to give the current affairs. मैं current affairs दूंगा भी, but these two things are more than enough. It is not accumulating a bulk of content. It is not accumulating a bulk of content and keeping at your home. It is like studying the things. Okay, studying the things, whatever. Keep the material very concise, yeah. Keep the material very concise. It's not okay, and there can be a chances of ups and downs. See, I studied for 14 hours during my first attempt and I couldn't become an IAS officer. I was settled for an IAFS officer. Difference is there, no? It is like shattering the dreams in seconds. Okay, so that doesn't mean I will get frustrated with the things. Have patience. Your time will come. Apna time aayega. Your time will come. But rather than focusing on end result, just focus on the procedure. Okay, and if you are facing any kind of frustration, if you are facing any kind of frustration or any kind of stage of depression or anything related to, like, your family is not supporting you, your friends are not supporting, at least have a word with me. It is not that your family is not supporting and you want to become an IAS officer so you will learn all the contents. No guys, it's not so. If people are not supporting you, it doesn't really matters. Okay, I hope as a brother, as a friend or as a teacher, anytime you are welcome. अमन से तो मेरी रात को भी बात होती है, हम लोग टॉपिक्स डिस्कस करते हैं, होती है ना अमन? अमन से बात होती है, अर्पित से बात होती है, पूजा, she was facing certain problems. पूजा, Pooja, switch on your microphone.
Yes, sir.
It is Pooja Shri, right? There are two
Yes,
Poojas.
sir. Yes, sir.
I am very proud of you, Pooja. I am very proud of you. Okay,
Yes,
because
sir.
I know what you are going through, and I know what you are going through, and you came to the class. I'm very proud of you. See, you will be definitely an inspiration for all of them. You will definitely be an inspiration, even if you don't succeed. Na Pooja, like, it doesn't
Yes, sir.
matter. Even if you don't succeed, it doesn't matter. But the efforts her child is crying. Uh, like, the effort she has put, no, in past few days. Pooja, am I
Yes, sir.
supposed to share what you went through in past few days?
Yes, sir. No issues. But it was his dream also. But it is not like I succeed. I have to do it. Now I'm in
Yeah,
that stage.
you will do
It
it, you
is.
will do it. That's why I called you. I know what so this is why, like, few days I didn't talk to you because I wanted to give ample amount of space to get adjusted. Then I realized yesterday that after, even yesterday, I was going through certain lot of problems. Still I called you because I wanted you to attend today's class. Actually, unfortunate incident took place. She was in class when the news came that like, she was informed that her father was no more, and she was it was her father's dream that she wanted to be an IAS officer, and I'm very sure you will be an IAS officer, Pooja. You will be an IAS officer, and he will be very happy with you. He will be very happy with you. We will work anyhow. So this is the attitude I need from you guys. Arya's father was very unwell. She attended the lecture from waiting room in the hospital. This kind of thing should inspire you rather than getting depressed. Like, it should not be last 30 years I have been in a profession. Now I want to do IAS and I am not able to cope up with the pressure. This should not be. Pooja is a better example. Arya is a better example. You guys can do it. See, if Pooja can come back from this, is the biggest thing in her life, and she can come back and attend the class and achieve her dream. Everyone, even I can do whatever I want. I can achieve my dream, right? Mante ho na? So Pooja, I'm really proud of you. Even Arya, she,
Thank you, sir.
and you will do good. And Aman, why others are silent? Okay. Anything else? Buana is so silent. Buana is having network problems. Shumpi. So support each other rather than like demoralizing each other. Support each other. I'm there for you anytime. जो कंटेंट चाहिए, या जो कंटेंट चाहिए मुझसे बोलो. क्लास में कोई प्रॉब्लम है, शेयर इट विद मी. आई विल कम अप विद alternatives. It's not that like you get depressed with the things. Okay. I was so stunned to see that student who just joined the class 1 week back getting depressed because she told me that she was 30 years of old and she's a doctor by profession, and she had certain family issues and she's not able to cope up, so she burst out. I understand. मैंने उस बच्चे को बोला, यार don't say sorry. ठीक है. She's told me that she was not able to study. Why? Don't worry about the things. As a brother you can call me, as a friend you can call me. Okay. So anytime I'm there for you. That's all for today's class. Next class we will do article 23 and 24. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your life. Keep smiling. Okay, with a smile we can achieve our dreams. Okay. Okay.